Hi everyone, my name is Aaron Kessler. I'm a product manager here for all of our AI products, which includes AgentCreator and SnapGPT. In this demo, I'm going to show you our new Prompt Composer, which uses SnapGPT to help you rapidly iterate and improve your prompts, all in one environment. So let's just take a look at some of the sample data that we're going to be working with. So this is just essentially sample data from a CRM system. It includes customer information as well as what they've purchased, when it's set to renew, what invoices they've been sent, and that type of thing. So let's now open up the Prompt Composer, which allows me to actually see all of the input schema on the left side here. So I can see every single JSON object in the input schema. I could also see what those object types are, whether it's an array or a string or a number. I also get a sample of that input data as well. So I get to actually see what that input data looks like from that JSON generator. And now you could imagine if you put Salesforce or another Snap on the front end of this pipeline, you can see the incoming input schema from that as well. Then looking over into the middle of the Prompt Composer, we see the prompt editor. And this gives you a sample prompt based off of that incoming data to utilize or edit and modify from there. Or you could use SnapGPT to modify that prompt or just edit it in this editor itself. Then going over to the right side of the screen, we have a fully rendered template of what this prompt will be with some of that input data in the place of the variables that we can see in this mustache syntax to the left here. Then if we look down to the right, we see the actual LLM response of what the LLM will come back with once this prompt is actually run. So you can see here the summary was actually generated for this customer profile Jane Doe. And now let's look at some of the usability settings that we have up in the top right. So you have the ability to edit or modify your font sizing. You also have the ability to change your view completely. Let's just say you wanted to focus only on your prompt, right? So now you have the full screen prompt editor view with, again, that assistant down below. Or you could have just the input data as well as the prompt editor as well as what it will look like in the output. Let's go back to the classic view and modify this prompt. You can see we have the summary of the entire customer profile for this customer. Let's just say I wanted to turn this into an email though, right? What if I wanted to email Jane Doe and inform her of what her plan is when it renews and how much she will be charged. And now SnapGPT will think for a little bit. And so now we can see that the prompt up top has changed to generate an email to the customer about their subscription plan, renewal date, and upcoming charges. And then you can see that the rendered template as well as the LLM response is grayed out. So all we have to do, if we're happy with this prompt, we can then click update. It'll save and run a validation and then show the rendered template and the LLM response for this updated prompt editor. And there we go. But now still I'm not 100% happy with this, right? I don't want to send the customer an email with this weird date gibberish, right? I want the date to be in a more human readable format. So let's change the date into a more readable date. And come to think about it, this email doesn't really have anything about compliance. So let's add that. And so there you have it. You can see the date is actually a much more human readable date format. And then let's see down below. Oh yeah, this looks great. So for your records, and to ensure compliance with data protection regulations, account created on. So it has my account created date, my last login, and the default payment method that I used, as well as the last 4 digits, and then my company's information on file. And then it also gives a template for me to insert my privacy policy. This is fantastic. And there you have it. That's Prompt Composer. Happy prompting.